going to do is I'm going to create a little bit larger rectangle. Move that one out of the way. Click on the rectangle to make it blue to select, and I'm going to go over here, and my yellow chain I'm going to tap to turn it off because I'm not going to size this proportionally. I'm going to select height, and now I'm going to select the number pad, and I'm going to type in a 3. OK. Now I'm going to select my width, select my number pad, and select the number 6. OK. And now my rectangle has enlarged to be 6 inches this way and 3 inches that way. Now I'm going to tap my screen to deselect it, and I'm going to size this, which will become the window of my candle cover. It's turned blue. My chain is off. I'm going to select my height, number pad, 2, OK, and my width, number pad, 2, OK. This time I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to go to my advanced menu, and I'm going to, with that selected, my window, tap on the 2 pink squares, and now I have 2 windows. And now we're going to position it because we want this set up so that these 2 windows will actually mirror one another in the exact location on our oblong. So I'm going to select the oblong, the rectangle, I'm sorry, I keep calling it that. Go back to my basic menu, and instead of width and height, this time I'm going to select the X and the Y axis. So I'm going to select my X, I'm going to tap my number pad and select 3, OK, and Y, number pad, and 6, OK. X, number pad, 6.5, OK. And that takes it onto the mat from this side. So the X will actually move you in a left-right location on this mat. Y, number pad, 6.5, OK. The next thing we're going to do is combine these 3 objects. So with one of the objects, one of the inner objects selected, I'm going to come over here, tap on my combine, tap the second window, and now tap the box and turn off my combine button. Now for that, I'm going to go to my advanced menu, tap on the double pink squares again, duplicate, grab the bottom, bring it down, duplicate, grab the bottom. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Bring it down, duplicate, and slide it to the side. I'm going to rotate this because I want it to fit lengthways on my mat. So I'm going to click my rotate button, number pad, 90 degrees. OK. And now I can cut all 4 of these out of one single 12-inch piece of paper. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create the frames that actually go around the windows with the same shape that you used to cut the frame. And we're going to size it down just ever so slightly. So I'm going to click, I have my yellow chain illuminated, tap on width, click on my numbers, and I want to go down to 1.9 and say OK. What happens here is it makes up for any kind of little issue with the windows not being done, not aligning quite perfectly. And now I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to go to Advanced, with it selected, pink box, and there I have a second one. Back to basic, and I'm going to size this up to 2.25 or 2.25. Say OK, and that creates the outer boundary for my frame. Now I'll slide it over here, get as close as I can, and then I'm going to zoom in with my silver button, tap my screen. Lower silver button to scroll. It's not too bad. I think I'd like to have it just play with it a little bit. You can see my points pretty well line up. I have discovered that in order to join things, sometimes it's easier to start from the inside shapes and go to the outside. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to tap on my inside shape, select join. Now I'm going to tap on my outside shape. And I'm going to turn off the join. And now my entire shape is joined. I'm going to scroll out, and I'm going to go to my advanced menu and duplicate that 4 times, 1 for each of my windows. I'm going to adjust it so that I can lay it out on my mat. There you go. Deselect this shape, and I'm going to go into my Christmas cards or my Christmas cart, and I'm going to select the snowflake, but I want either the blackout or the shadow because they're going to be pretty small. Select that, take it into my mat, and I'm going to leave it the size it comes in, which is approximately 1.44 on the width, and I'm Alright, and I'm going to actually cut this from a piece of 8.5 by 11 inch silver Christmas paper from the Recollections Christmas collection. So now I'm going to go to my Cricut. While my expression is cutting the snowflakes, I thought I'd go ahead and show you the next step in this process. You can see I've taken what's going to be the outside of my sconce. I've scored it on the halfway point and folded it with a nice crisp edge. I also have cut my 2 7/8 inch pieces of vellum, and these are going to go on the inside of my sconce. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of decide what side is going to have the vellum on it, because that's going to make a difference in how we actually complete the candle cover or sconce. So I'm going to take my first piece and I'm going to run my tape runner right here, and I'm going to place my vellum on the inside. I usually like to try to get it as close to the fold as I can. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the vellum, I'm going to adhere it to the same side of all of my cuts. So the next piece, tape, and vellum. And I'm going to do this with all 4 of my rectangles. I'm going to use my tape runner, place it right there, right there, right there. It's pretty important to get this edge close. There's 2 reasons we want to do this in the overlapping manner. It creates, it gives you a little bit more stability when this is around that little lamp. It just makes it that much stronger. And I'm going to create a long strip, but I don't make the square, which will create my sconce, until the very, very end. So I'm just going to go down my strip, add my tape, align for all. And now I'm going to add my little silver windows to outline the vellum. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put the silver, I'm going to glue them down. Any kind of glue that you want to use works well. Take them, position it, fix it. If you have a little place where your cuts are slightly off, this frame does tend to make up just a little bit for it, so don't worry too much about it. I'm going to do that for all 4, and then I'll show you the next step. Now that I have all of my windows in position, I'm going to take one of my snowflake stamps and I'm going to use my color box ink. This is a Christmas package and I'm going to use the whites, it's called White Snowfall, ink up my snowflake, and I'm just going to swirl my snowflakes around. Don't care if they get on the vellum, they'll show through pretty. And even going a little bit over the edge on some of them. Getting ready to assemble the actual shape of our candle cover. And so what I'm going to do, remember we have this one piece with no vellum in it. I'm going to ink it up pretty good, especially close to that fold. Bottom, bottom. And now I'm going to bring it around, and on the inside I'm going to position it exactly the same way I've done all of the rest. Up against the fold, aligning my upper and lower edges, and I'm just going to seal my shape. Okay. Now you have a little box. In order to really finish, I ran my snowflakes through my Xyron, added some glitter, and then just glued them around my candle cover, just to add a little bit of texture. Popped a little bow in the corner, and there you have it. I hope you had fun today. I have. Have a happy holidays, and I'll see you. Thanks for joining me. Bye.